Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone for Kaiserreich as New England. Well, technically now the United States, but... Anyway, let's continue on where we last left off. So we are currently invading our way into Britain. We are pushing our way into France as well. Things I think are looking pretty good. I'm going to have White Army try to attack. If you can take Bordeaux, we're 20 victory points. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like Orléans doesn't want to fall right now. Again, I don't know what's stopping Germany from just killing Paris? Like, it seems like something that, you know, just win the battle. You know, like, what's taking you so long? We also have an air doctrine upgrade as well. 8th generation, we'll just go for formation fighting. I'm gonna send you down south. Join up with this main invasion force. How much longer until our docks are ready? They will be ready in 12 days. That allows us to build them, but I don't know how long it takes to build a floating dock. Seeing as I've never actually done it before. Okay, looks like we did get repelled out of Bordeaux. But that's honestly not a huge surprise. And where are these guys? They are currently... They're almost in Ireland right now. I mean, we could send a troop down to France right away, but I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. And it should be noted that Italy is actually not a major power in the International. So if we kill Britain, that actually... Well, kill Britain and France, Italy will automatically capitulate. Which I'm happy to see. So how are supplies looking up here? It looks like they should be okay for us to put another army in. Again, we're coming in here with tanks now. Which is something that I don't think we've ever had before. It's a whole new world. Well, I send my units to Britain right now. Okay, yeah, so we've cleared over all of Scotland. We're happy to see it. Air forces, fly your way down south. Honestly, anybody who can... Okay, yeah. Patch the air wings, fly here. You can just fly over all of Britain. Like, give me superiority wherever you can. Red Army, I'm going to have you delete your army. Or delete your plan. We're going to move you right here. And your job is going to be to spearhead your way to here. London is not the capital, though. Because Britain is the radical socialist, their capital is in Birmingham. And now we can build ourselves the floating harbor. They actually take dockyards. It actually makes perfect sense. You'll be done in February. Okay, that's actually not so bad. You know what? Build me 2 of them. Yeah, no, that seems reasonable. This seems reasonable. We'll have 2 of them in storage. And we're... Yeah, okay, we're slowly trying to bomb British ships. Again, Paris somehow is still not dead. And let's keep looking on French supplies. We got 1 in this city. Don't think I could pronounce it. We apparently lost 12 ships, or 12 aircraft there. Not very nice, but... What can you do? So on the 15th, it looks like we should be able to perform a naval invasion. Yeah, all of you. I'm actually just going to have you combine and just, like, naval support here. We do see that there's a lot of British forces just hanging around in Liverpool, which I'm not happy with. But what can you do? Excavation 1, I don't think is going to benefit us. We'll go for both 1942 weapon upgrades, including the anti-tank upgrades. 17 days until you're done being passed. First by requirements. I mean, we have manpower right now. We have high resistance in Jamaica. Hey, Canada, do you just want to have Jamaica? There you go. You can just control Jamaica, because I don't want to deal with it. I've got so much areas that I've got to occupy myself. But I don't think any of you are really close to becoming cores, unfortunately. Because right now, we have you on local police force. You know what? Give everyone local autonomy. It's going to make resistance worse. But compliance is, I think, way harder to get than lowering resistance. So I think this makes sense. Okay, here comes Red Army. We are actually missing a decent amount of support equipment. We could maybe use with building some more. But I think for the moment we're okay. Okay, Voice of the Unheard. Efficiency base, more stability, political power. We probably just want to get rid of as much of the Civil War modifiers as we can. But that also gives us more factories we can use, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to try to push my way to here. Again, somehow Paris is just not fallen. I'm very impressed with them. Okay, strategically redeploy all of Red Army over here, just so they can get done a little bit faster. Okay, we do see that the Canadians have risen up. These should be, I think, the Loyalist rebels, yeah. And we should soon have some floating harbors. Do I actually need to replan it with the floating harbor instead? My guess is probably, yeah. So I want purple. I mean, purple's still technically attacking. Don't have the tank attack with no support. That makes no sense. I mean, we could try to... with floating harbor. It'll be done on the 15th. And we actually did take Birmingham, which did put their capital back in London. I'm actually going to shrink you down to just be on this province. But we can worry about that in a second. Actually, the Socialists lost. I'm actually surprised by that. And it makes Greece like this really weird... What color is this? Like, that's not Greece's normal color. It's like a weird greeny blue color. Also, Russia has just gotten themselves completely encircled. I can see some of Odessa. I really don't know what's going to go on with Russia right now. They once again have joined up with the Moscow Accord. I mean, we could try to invade. And does that take... No units assigned to this order. What if we land like this? No, that one... Yeah, it's going to completely reset my, my time here. So you know what? Just launch a basic invasion. We'll have purple or orange... Yellow army prepare the invasion of the floating harbor. Actually, I don't know if this is the right order. It's hard to tell. Yeah, with floating harbor, land in these 5 provinces. They did take Cardiff. What the hell are they? What is this maneuvering? What is that? It's strange is what I would say it is. You know what? I will just have White Army attack. Push where you can. I'd be happy with it. Okay, we have now connected you all together. Which means I want all of Blue Army, once you've landed, to go here. 2 of you here. Factory protest turns into violent riot. With the main building covering nearly 82 acres with the main building covering nearly 82 acres and over 30 city blocks, the Dodge Chicago plant was at one time the largest building in the world. Designed by the so-called architect of Detroit, Albert Kahn, and his company, the Dodge Chicago plant, it became a hotbed of radicalism during the Civil War, as it was helped churn out weapons, equipment, and vehicles for the CSA war effort. Its innovative design featured an extensive network of tunnels to facilitate foot and supply traffic, while also providing shelter from air raids above. After the war, the factory was moved into the government hands and its former laborers employed. These workers had enjoyed extremely liberal conditions and benefits during their so-called revolution. They began to agitate and complain when they saw that their former working policies of CSA repealed and their old managers replaced. What started as an initial protest during the deadly strike, turned into a deadly strike, frightening the factory owners who had flashbacks of the year before the Civil War. They called in local policemen to disturb the strikers, but the strikers only grew in numbers, and soon the confrontations grew violent. With the strikers seizing tools and crafting homemade weapons to drive out the police, the strikers then barricaded themselves into the giant plant. With the government of Illinois deciding to use the National Guard to suppress the unrest once and for all, the National Guard had difficulty storming the strikers, who used the vast tunnels to hide and harass the guardsmen. As the soldiers break the plants, the strikers grew violent, making use of their weapons to make casualties on the guardsmen. Against severe firepower and strength of the guardsmen, the strikers found themselves suddenly outgunned. Massive threats were made of the surviving strikers, organizings, and agitators. Okay, so we've defeated some socialists in the country. Yeah, make sure you're mostly going over here to support this front, helping to push your way into London. I mean, we could theoretically send Yellow Army over here now as well. And you know what? That actually makes way more sense than doing another naval invasion. So unfortunately, I don't even know if we're actually going to be able to utilize our floating harbors at all. Paris is now completely encircled. It should mean that a lot of these units are going to be taking some massive supply issues. And again, the only reason I think the commune is not dead is because Germany has not been able to take out Paris. I don't know why they haven't been able to take out Paris. You think at some point they would have done that already, but apparently not. I think Blue Army, it's time for you to go in, push in immediately. Take back Birmingham. Supplies, I'm pretty sure here, are probably a little bit messed up. But that's completely okay. I don't think Purple, I think you've actually gone... Yeah, you actually need to prepare another invasion like this. And push your way through. Yellow Army, I want you to be pushing your way immediately as soon as you get to your front line. Okay, we did lose some aircraft there as well, but that's okay. It's fine. It's not that bad. Okay, go to Nottingham. Liverpool, of course, has a stupid amount of units in it. Birmingham, I think, yeah, is a supply depot. We do want to take care of that as soon as we are able to. Move our way here. Try to destroy some heavy British tanks. I know we don't have the anti-tank weapons yet, but we will be getting them sooner rather than later. Yeah, Georgia's capitulated. Not a massive concern, I believe. Let me see, you're actually leaving Oxford. Which actually might just leave London completely wide open. And if we can just move our way into London, I'd be very happy with that. And then we can focus our entire attention on finally killing the French. And that'll basically be the end of the campaign, right? Because I'm trying to think, like, what else do we have to do? End reconstruction. London has fallen to our wonderful forces. We've electrified the nation. Good for us. It does get Britain down to being basically dead. Keep on the pressure on Liverpool. Yeah, but I mean, the British are going... Yeah, the British are dead, right? Like, what are they going to do? We don't have Bordeaux yet. La Rochelle is still not within our grasp. Yeah, let's heal the wounds of the Civil War. We do a we do a research slot. Let's go for... What do I want to go for? I guess we can go for, like, 19... Let's go 1940 close air support. I think that seems reasonable. Again, somehow they still have not dealt with Paris. I don't know how that's not happened yet. And you know, what if we try to just invade this city down here? I know it's worth 3 victory points. But hey, 3 victory points are 3 victory points, right? Every little bit matters. And I actually think Britain's going to fall before the French are, which I'm actually surprised by. I really thought that the French would take a little bit more, or the British would be a little bit longer, but I think we really just had a pretty good army move our way in here, which I'm happy with, for sure. Yeah, we see the French supplies are basically completely falling apart. And Executive Order 7037. Recognizing the need for the installation of electric distribution systems throughout the rural areas of the United States of America, this morning, President John Winnet signed Executive Order 7037 into legislation, also referred to as the Rural Electrification Act of 1941. This legislation aims to provide federal loans for the rural areas of the nation, like the Homestead Act before it, that sought to give the Commonwealth an equal chance. President John Winnet expressed that it was his desire to see the descendants of the homesteaders have access to electricity already in the enormous majority of American cities. While some doubt it is even feasible to bring power to remote areas, the cooperatives working with the Rural Electrification Act switched to a 7,200 volt distribution network to help the transition. Fantastic. We get 2% stability, which I'm happy to see. By the way, how are resistance is looking? Some areas, I mean, it's actually really difficult to get the compliance up. Like, why are you stuck so badly? I mean, I guess we could do this. mean, it's only 15 political power, and I do have a decent amount of political power. There we go. Just a little bit of suppression. Up to 38. Your guys are going down. Britain has collapsed. And your resting rate is now at 11%. Still not actually low enough to do anything. And the Kingdom of Greece has once again been proclaimed. Got a lot of British troops just hanging out in the north. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get military access to Germany. Primarily just so that I can help them kill Paris. They did completely surround the city and they still haven't taken it. But I think for the most part, we don't really need too much else. Because I think the series is, yeah, the series is basically over at this point. I'm just trying to think, like, what else? I mean, I guess we're technically still at war with the Indian Empire, but I honestly don't think that's a major concern of mine. Bulgaria has joined the Reichspakt, which does mean that Bulgaria and Greece are once again going to be at war. Bulgaria, I'm assuming, is probably going to end up winning that engagement, but we'll see. Okay, yes, we have you. Bordeaux is still out of our reach. You guys are at 41%. Like, how have you not killed these guys off? There's literally 2 divisions in there. There you go. Finally, Paris has fallen. Yeah, it's still not enough to capitulate the French, so I think, yeah, they do need to take either Lyon or Bordeaux. So we're going to set you guys to prepare an invasion of Bordeaux. Either that or Lyon, again, whatever one falls first. Also, that's a very large technical organization. I think it's actually the largest I've ever seen them actually spawn in. But, I mean, they're going to be at war with the entirety of the Reichspakt, so I don't have high hopes for them. I'm pretty sure they are very much just going to end up being killed. Also, at some point, I still need to reclaim Hawaii, right? We need the Old Order or Organization of American States. Second Order 9808. Fight against Jim Crow. Executive Order. Rural electrification. Connect to the nation. I don't see that in here. The Old Order, or Organization of American States. But yeah, but again, I don't see that being listed at all. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, I think that I'm gonna take over the West Indies Union, and I'm also gonna take over Cuba. These are going to be my lands. You can't stop me. After that, Australia, Canada. Of course, we'll have the Union of Britain. Keep on going down. Next, Germany. We are going to give you... you can definitely have Switzerland. We're going to give you some territory in northern France. Probably, I'm trying to think, like, what did you take? 28. I want to see what it thinks Apparently it thinks that they should have this area, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with. But, you know, if the game says it, I'll give them this land. Apparently they also want this. So we'll end that for Germany. After that, Austria. I will allow you to have this area that you used to have, you know, many decades ago. After that, 2 Sicilies. I mean, you managed to live the whole war. And I don't think Entente forces managed to even land in Italy, so it doesn't make any sense for me to give any territory to our allies. Follow with that, the French, you can take all of this land. And then Sweden, you can have all of Norway. And to me, that seems like, you know, pretty decent. Again, I feel like, you know, we took Quam, we took Cherbourg. But I guess is Le Havre Le Havre is a more expensive city, so that's just kind of how that all worked out. So after this, we will prepare troops on the German border. Again, this is a just-in-case situation. Let's get these guys ready to go for a possible invasion of Mexico. And same with... No, not Yellow. Yeah, same with Yellow Army. We'll bring Yellow Army back home to go for the border with Mexico. The Italian Empire has been declared. And... No, you're still in the Reichspakt because you still need to kill Russia, right? And we'll see kind of what happens after this, but... You've all joined the Andine Pact. Congress of Lyon. Give Wallonia a little bit of territory, but now the French Republic has a decent amount of land for themselves. But you're still in the Entente, yes. So that's nice. And I think aside from that, I mean, we'll release the country that we took ourselves. Okay, let's decide what we'll do with each area separately. Puerto Rico, of course, incorporate it back into America. Caribbean Islands. Let's just click all these buttons. Independent Trinidad, independent Jamaica. Liberate Cuba, but keep Guantanamo Bay. Which I don't think actually even exists anymore. Yeah, there used to be a province here that was Guantanamo Bay, but that actually doesn't exist anymore. Independent Guyana. And then the West Indies Federation. Yeah, there used to be Guantanamo Bay. The game actually, I think, just crashed. Yeah, okay, the game actually crashed. Maybe because it's trying to figure out where the hell Guantanamo Bay is. But I guess with that, that's going to be a good time for us to end the New England series. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. But for now, if you've enjoyed, mark thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy, click something down. You want to see more, subscribe. And have a good day and goodbye.